Hi, everybody who's joining us on YouTube. We are painting a little bunny card today. I'll just get started with that. So this is what it's going to look like when we're done. And this is what I have to start with. This is a piece of 140 cold press that I've cut into a 7 by 10 piece of paper, folded it over and taped the edges. The first thing that I'm going to do is just put a little pink background on it, and I'm going to wet the whole paper. I'm just using a 3/4 inch brush to wet the paper. That's going to dry my tape. Make a little pale pink with permanent rose. I'm going to start at the bottom and pretty much just make it go very, very, very pale all the way up. Mainly so that it's just, when you pull off the tape, you can really see it. And I can go through where the bunny's going to be a little bit and kind of dab it up. Or you can have the pink showing through. That's good too. You can kind of see a bunny there just with the dabbing. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to mute this and dry it with the blow dryer. So this needs to be dried really well if I'm going to use water-soluble graphite, because if it's damp at all, the graphite will just kind of disappear. Or it'll make a really thick line. This needs to be really dry for the graphite to work well. So I've taped my little picture down, and then I'm putting my graphite underneath it. I'm going to take a nice sharp pencil and trace this bunny, just really mostly just the outline. If that's working. Oh yeah, nice and dark. Okay, good. I want to get the eyes in the right spot. Big puffy cheeks, and then his mouth is sideways because he's got a flower scooched up in it. And his cute nose. I'm not drawing the little pieces of fur that come out. I'll put those in with a credit card. His paws are so cute. I don't know, maybe it's a girl bunny. No, Chloe?
I don't know. Her dad probably took her to tennis.
That stupid tennis gets in the way of art sometimes.
It does.
Okay, so there's my drawings. So the first thing I'm going to paint is the flower that's hanging down in his little mouth. And I'm going to use nice bright pink for that. And my brush that is this pencil brush that I got from an art museum. I'm going to make the paint pretty much right out of the tube. Touch my paper towel, and I'm just going to like make a carnation type looking flower right in here. You could make a peony, you could make, I'm just making little petals coming down, nice bright pink ones. And I'm gonna rinse out my brush and I'm gonna make the tiniest bit of bright green. And the bright green that I'm going to make is with Bumblebee or Hands of Yellow Medium. I just need to make a tiny, tiny bit of this because it's just for the stem. It's the only place that's in it. And I'm going to use green blue, or you can use Antwerp. I'm going to use just a little bit more green blue in that puddle, and I get that super bright garish green. That would be good on this card. And again, I'm touching my paper towel so that I know how much paint's in my brush. And this is a tiny little bit. So I'm going to paint a little, I don't know what that's called, the part that holds the petals on. And then I'm going to make the green part go up to his mouth and then kind of out over here. There's my flower, my little bitty, cute little flower. And now I'm just going to start painting in the ears and all the fur. So I am going to use just a tiny bit of sepia. And then get the ears in, and then we'll start doing, or we'll do some of the scraping for the ears even. Okay, so I have sepia loaded in my brush, and I'm going to just paint around the ears here. And then take my credit card while it's wet and scrape a little bit, and it's just going to make a little bit of hair sticking out. I'll do the same thing on the other ear. It's got a slightly different shape. And I'm making little negative hairs. Let me get closer. At the base of the ears. And I'm going to take my credit card, the edge of it, scrape some little furry things. I can also paint some in too. That's some big ones there. And I'm going to rinse out my brush and put just a tiny bit of pink in the ears. Oh, that's better. That's a better bunny. For sure. Pink in it. Maybe too much, but that's okay too. Now we're going to work on the face. And I do want to put the eyes in nice and dark. I'm going to do that first. And when I put these eyes in, it's really important that I leave a glint in the eye. So we're doing some extremely detailed painting right now. I'm going to use just pretty much pure sepia right out of the tube with my tiny little tip of my brush. You know what I did? I left this in my water overnight, which is the first time I've done that in probably 15 years. And I bent my tip. I don't know if you can see that. So don't leave your brushes in your water overnight. So here I am, I've got it down. I'm going to paint in this little eye, and I'm leaving a little white spot in the eye. And then this side, the eye's a little smaller, but I'm going to leave a glint in it too. So those eyes look alive, like there's light shining in them. Okay, there you go. So those are the light. Now what I'm going to do, when I paint around this now, the face, I'm going to go around the eyes and not get them wet. But I'm going to put a little bit of water. My brush is dirty, so you can see where I'm putting the water. To his cheeks especially. and up here, his forehead, next to his ears, around his eyes. I don't want those to run. And then I'm just going to kind of paint in between the little mouth. Okay, so I'm going to use sepia, a little bit of sepia, and I'm going to put some burnt sienna into that. So it's a nice, it's a warmer brown. When I put it in wet like this, it blurs and it looks furrier. I can put some of this warmer brown up into the ears too. So it looks like it's there. So it's damp like this. The wet into wet makes it look fur, like fur. And while that's damp, this is the time to scratch out the big eyebrows and big whiskers. So you go from the wet paint and scratch out, and some of the paint will go out and make these funny, nice whiskers. You could put some dots. So a lot of times when animals have whiskers, they have little dots that they come out of. So there's that little face. He's missing the nose and the mouth. I'll come back and put them in next. I'll just make the nose a little darker, and I'll paint in the shape, the little V and the twisted little shape of the mouth. I'm going to do the same thing to the body now that I did to the face. I'm going to just go in with a wet brush and get some water on it, and going around my green stem. I'm wetting the feet and the haunches and the belly. You can see where I'm wetting because there's still paint in my brush. It's a dirty brush. This foot's got a lot of pink down there. It'll just show up. That one didn't get drawn in. Here we go. So I'm going to do the same thing. If you have a little bit of, well, you could use pink right now, or you could use quinacridone gold. In my sample card, I just put the tiniest bit of quinacridone gold in the belly of this bunny. But you could put pink there or anything you want. Again, my fur color is burnt sienna.
Mission accomplished. Sorry.
So again, I'm using burnt sienna with sepia. Painting in the belly and the haunches and the feet. And on my first coat, it looks kind of furry already. And I'll go in with more paint, less water. And add it to these outside areas so that it'll blend in with my fur. But while that thicker paint's there, I can scratch in. Oh yeah, there they go. The trick is you have to do this when it's wet. So now I'm going to put this haunch in. I'm not trying to like get it all and then do all the fur at once. I need to do just about a ½ an inch at a time. Now I'm going to put in the haunch. Golly, I just stuck my finger back in that. Antwerp blue. I can't keep out of it. This is 3 times in 2 days. All right, maybe there's going to be a blue in this painting by the time I'm done. Okay, so kind of hoping my paper's still a little bit wet, so it'll blur like fur, and then I can do haunches. Oh, those are good. They're nice and thick. Okay, now I'm going to go down the other side and do a little shoulder. Stretch it out with my credit card edge. A little darker on the haunch. And scratch that out. Put fur out it. Coming outfit. And now I'm going to take a thirsty brush and blur these edges. Paint with water. And I want to put in some legs and feet. That's just with this same brush I'm using. If I want to try to get it to blur away, I just add a little water and it'll make marks, blur away. I'm going to put in dark color at the bottom of the feet now. So again, not as much water. Little pause. I've got it pretty dark right here. He's having almost black feet. Okay, little, oh, what are those called? Scallops. And then I'm gonna get just a wet brush. I rinsed my brush out. It's pretty, it's not perfectly clean, and I'm just gonna paint with water. Well, I shouldn't have done so many of them at once because they're not blurring like I wanted it to. Make little feet. There, it's going. Just add a little more paint into the feet if I've got a harsh line. I guess you could do they have toenails? A couple maybe? There's a bunny looking very furry. All right, I'm going to finish up by taking my dark brown paint and putting in the little, it's kind of like a V for the nose here. And then the mouth shape comes out of the V for the nose and it comes around like a mustache almost. And I'm catching my green. Oh my goodness. I think I need to put something over these two colors here. I've got them everywhere again. Okay. And now I'm going to just take some very pale paint and paint in the shape of the nose more from the V up. Get that to disappear into the forehead. I'm going to put a little bit more color in my cheeks because this cheek didn't end up very fluffy. Just paint with water to make it look fluffy again. Can have little eyelids and eyelashes. He's so cute. He's a funny fellow. I'm gonna paint using the brown, dark brown paint. I'm just gonna put in some little toes. Really, I'm painting negative. I'm painting in between the toes so that you know those are toes. Big pause there. I think he's pretty close to being done. I do want to put some more fur out. The little eyelashes. Some more whiskers, I think. These will be darker and bigger and thicker, but I just think it needs a few more. And then I'm going to get a bunch of brown paint in my brush, sepia and burnt sienna mixed together. And I'm going to move my other card, and I'm going to tap I'm speckling my painting like that, a little bit up here. And then I'm going to rinse out my brush really well and get some permanent rose, and I'm going to put some pink dots on it too. There's a lot of dots in his fur. I think I'm going to soften those with a damp brush and sort of turn them into fur. Or maybe I'll just smudge them with my, there we go. Smudge the dots on his fur with my finger, and okay, now he's messy. Now he has a mole. Okay, and I'm going to pull the tape off. It's so fun to pull the tape off and see the border. Oh, I'll get that last piece of tape off. So I got the last piece of tape off. I think it's cute with the smudges. I'm going to flip it over and just take a little bit of paint, and here just paint the smallest bunny, just freehand. Should have sketched him out first. He's kind of messy. Eyes. Oh, they blurred. Yeah, if I could do this again, I would sketch out this little bunny. He's not doing so great. Let's see all my blue fingernails.
We used to make those bunnies in the snow.
How?
Oh no, we painted them from the back. Their little cottontail showing.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's a good trick. I just ruined his little mouth. Yeah, that's a great trick. Yeah, you did the same one Chris did. It's adorable with his little cottontail and his little piece of clover and his furry ears and his furry haunch. That's an adorable card. What a nice little Easter card for somebody.
Yeah, it's cute.
That is adorable.
Very cute.
Look at his eye. That's a live eye. And he's gonna have a bow.
He has a Jimmy Durante nose.
That's good. It's good
Yeah.
to have personality. Oh, these are so fun. This is like the ostrich.
Ostrich.
Yeah.
God, I was getting such a kick out of the ostrich. Okay.
I'm
Vicky,
ready.
let me. Oh, it's cute.
Cute.
It's got
Very
big
cute.
ears. Big ears and big paws. And big whiskers. And good
Eyelashes.
speckles.
Big
He's so
eyelashes.
cute. Really good job.
Ears are great.
Oh, he's good. I like his big old eyes. They're like, whoa, you startled him. He looks startled. And then the nice dark splotches above his head. And he's nice and blurry in his toes and his feet. And your fur is so good.
Yeah.
Oh, he's adorable.
Thank you.
It's so
I like him
cute.
too. He's adorable.
You're muted, Mary. He's so bright and pink. Look at his eyes. Oh,
cute.
he's got
Looks
a little.
good.
He's a little smiley eye. He's got a little brown fur on his belly. He's got a cute face, like kind of like he's kind of a goofball. He's kind of a goofy guy. Like, yeah, you caught me with my flower. I'm so fun.
Is he in focus?
Oh,
He's
nice.
in focus. He's cute.
Oh, yeah.
The grass is nice touch with the same color as the stem. Yeah, he's got personality. He's beautifully painted. He looks furry. Beautiful card.
Oh, true.
Thanks everyone for joining us on YouTube. See you next time.